Okay, let's again play knight f3. Let's keep it rolling. Let's take with the queen. Was knight f2 mate or not? Oh, it wasn't cleanly winning. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Go here. H6. Okay, I think bishop e3 knight d4 was what God and I used to look at in the Stone Age, so I'll stick to it. I think it's like f3 and g4.
We will see next a second example of Hikaru Nakamura play this variation. But real quick, what are the main moves? Queen d4 on move 4. Long castle. And here, Queen d3. In the second video, just like in the first one, he went with Queen d3. Let's go to the tape right now.
Play knight f3. Okay, let's go back to the same thing. Let's castle. f4, I guess f5 next move. Plays h6. I think h4 is fine here if I remember this correctly. I can always trade and go g4, g5. I think I'm going to sidestep king b1. Not necessary, but it's a move that makes sense. Okay, goes queen a5. Now I can definitely take. I can also definitely play knight b3. I can also maybe play rook e1. I'm going to do it. I don't know if it's playable. It's always unclear if black can take the bishop or not.
As we can see, Hikaru Nakamura uses his variation with white and scores a lot of quick wins with that line. So first step, Queen d4, Chekhover variation. Then, and here either Queen d3, Bishop e7, long castle, or sometimes long castle, Bishop e7, Queen d3. Very important. I'm going to stop right there and show you how this variation works. I've been wondering for a while, why is Queen d4 to d3 the key move in this variation? And I've listed the move on the right side. Now the reveal is now, and this is the most important part of the video. When the queen goes to d3, then the knight on f3 can jump to d4, and that's the ideal square for the knight. Now the king usually runs to safety on b1, and then when you've done these two steps, knight d4 and king b1, you are ready to attack. How? Look at the green arrows. The h pawn can move forward, the f pawn can move forward, and then you have to decide how to launch the attack on the king side.
I don't know if it's playable. It's always unclear if black can take the bishop or not. He does take. Okay, let's see what his idea is. Knight h5. Let's go. Oh, he can just take on f4, I guess. g3. Maybe I have queen f3 at some point. Maybe e5, something. Probably is losing. Let's go here. Trying to sack material if I can. Have I ever adopted Jospem? No, because Jospem never plays to 10. He always stops at 9. I've beaten him 9-0 probably on 3 or 4 occasions, but he always stops. Not gonna lie, liked more the previous location and camera angle. Well, obviously, because like that's my main setup. I mean, like, okay, I'm gonna go g4 and takes, I guess. I mean, obviously you'd like it more. That's my main setup, dude. Wait, don't I have rook h7? He just blundered. This is GG's. It's another win. Okay, there we go. Starting to finally play better. Let's get back to
This was a crushing victory. Let's analyze briefly. In here, black decide to take the bishop on g5. It's still okay, but very difficult to defend after that. The rook comes back on h5 and trying to attack here. g4. Clearly, that knight here is preventing to finish with checkmate. And here, out of despair, knight takes f4. Now, in the game, Hikaru takes, and after queen g5, that's a blunder because there's a beautiful finish, check, and now check, the king move, and you finish with checkmate. Now, I want to point out that instead of queen g5 here, e5 was a possibility. However, you do the same trick, check, check, and you win. So that was a crushing victory. If you want to know what was the critical mistakes in this game, I think that over here, instead of playing king g7 and try to defend here, the best move was to attack here, give the exchange, and the computer thinks that black can resist giving up the rook on c3. That is the best way to play for black. Now, going back into the key position, I want to show a few more tips here. So now queen d3, that's the key position, right? So on queen a5, simply h4, and on h6 right now, you could take and play knight d4 right away. Now on h6 here, you could do bishop e3, queen a5, and Hikaru likes knight d4 here with a good game. And then in the game, most players like to castle, and then you go like that, and we got the game. And in this position, Hikaru has played f5 and won many games. He has played knight b3 and he won. And he has played also rook he1. So the key is like it's not easy for black to take the bishop we've seen. And anything like f5 would be very good for white. Let me show you on e5, you take, knight f3, and then you have g4, g5 coming, and you have a very strong attack. The knight can come to d5, and you're gonna win because you're quicker with white. Now, to finish this video, to be exhaustive, we've seen this line, always starting with pinning the knight on c6, putting another pin on g5, and of course, queen d3 followed by knight d4 and h4. Now, the only thing I want to point out is what would happen if black doesn't go with knight c6 or knight f6, but decide to play a6 to avoid bishop b5, and now they can play knight c6. What is the best move for white? Well, GM Hikaru Nakamura likes to play c4. Now on knight c6, you have a choice. The queen can come to e3 or d2. Hikaru has played both with great results. Let me show you just one line. Queen d2, g6, bishop h6, hitting the queen, no big deal. Take, knight f6, and h3. And white is better. Let me just show you a few more moves. This is another Hikaru game. And now on rook c8, what is a good move? Well, you have several ideas. You could play b3, you could play queen e3, but Hikaru played knight d5, and he had a great position, right? I think a knight d7, queen e3, black is missing the bishop over here. You can try to come queen h6, knight g5. If black were to take, you simply take and you have another target over here. Black has no counterplay over here, has to go back, and then you do knight d4 and maybe f4, rook fe1 before you have all the fun. So this was a6, and then once again I will put the key position queen d3 here, and that's how you can win with white using this system following Hikaru's steps. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to drop comments, drop a like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Thank you very much.